So be it, Jedi.
What's going on, guys? Back with another video. There's one thing I've noticed in my 2 years of collecting. It's the Hot Toys will sell you the same figure multiple times. What I mean is, they'll put something up for pre-order that you'll probably buy, even though it's not exactly what you would want. There's plenty of examples: Mandalorian, Darth Sidious, Predator, Alien, etc. We're not going to go into the examples because I'm sure you're aware of them. But in this video, I'm going to give you some predictions for 2026 of what I think is to come. Now, of course, there's no guarantee. I don't have an inside information. I can't prove any of this stuff. But just based off what I've seen in the past year, because they've been a lot more prolific with it, I think a lot of this stuff is definitely plausible. And I think a lot of it will be well received. Just keep in mind, when something is announced, if it's not 100% what you want, or the ideal representation or version of that character or figure, there's a good chance that they're going to make what you want eventually. So you don't want to buy something just to sell it in the future. So the first thing on this list that I think will be coming in 2026 is they're going to 2.0 the T1 Terminators, the Tech Noir and the Battle Damaged. Now at Wonder Festival right now, InArt is showing off their battle damaged or extra battle damaged Terminator 1 figures because apparently they've got the license. Hot Toys is going to say, F you, we're going to make a better figure. And I would honestly 100% guarantee that Hot Toys can announce and release their figure before InArt even puts theirs up for pre-order. So it'll be the same pissing contest we've seen a couple times now. But I guess that'd be good on InArt's part because they could always retool and refine their figure. We just got the release of the Battle Damage and Clean Terminator from Terminator 2. We just got the announcement of the endoskeleton for Terminator 2. And I do believe that the T1 figures are in dire need of a 2.0. Of course, they'll probably come with genuine leather, a better likeness, etc. I think they're inevitable, especially now that InArt is showing off their prototypes. Next up, we have Return of the Jedi Darth Sidious. 2 years ago, there was only ever one Darth Sidious figure, or, the Emperor from Return of the Jedi. Now there are 4. One is currently still on pre-order. They've given us Darth Sidious from the Clone Wars. They've given us Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith twice. And I think the Return of the Jedi figure is in, pretty good demand of a 2.0. It could use rolling eyes. It could use updated tailoring, updated head sculpt. I think it's inevitable, and I think it's probably coming because they're doing this pretty subsequently. One's announced, one's released, here's another, and it seems to be a repeating cycle. But they're going to have to do something to innovate. Something I thought of is maybe some sort of light up Sith lightning hands. I don't know, how it could be done, but I know it could be done. Maybe it's got a wire that plugs into the hand, and it uses the same USB-C wires we see for Darth Vader, the USB lightsabers, etc. Something to just make it more premium, make it more, worthy of a 2.0. Because to be honest, those lightning hands pretty much suck. It's just like using the lightsabers without any light up. They just doesn't look good. It looks like plastic, like a toy. So maybe that's something they could do. I doubt it, but maybe the 3.0 will have it. Who's to know? Next up, I think we're going to get a Ripley probably next year. Sigourney Weaver isn't one of those actors that hates, the films they made back when they were younger. She spoke on Alien Earth and, talked about how she liked it. So she does, have a fondness and a love for the films that essentially made her a star. So how this correlates is we have Rain Carradine from Alien Romulus. Again, a figure that people will probably buy because they like the film or they want, the protagonist with the xenomorph, sort of a Ripley type. But it's not Ripley. I mean, in no way, shape, or form is it going to be Ripley. So I think they'll get you to buy that. They'll release it. And then a few months later, Ripley 2.0. Now, it may not be a 2.0 if it's from Aliens, but honestly, I could care less which one it's from. I would prefer a Ripley from Alien, but if it's from Aliens, I don't know that I'd be able to say no. But I do think that it's coming eventually. Probably artisan version for those that like it. It'd probably look good with the curly hair. But it's just a matter of when. Next up, we have something that a lot of people don't seem to be talking about, and as the Dark Knight Returns Batman. Right now, the one that's on pre-order is the black suit. I 100% believe when that's released, you're going to get an exclusive 3,000 limited count or whatever blue version. There's no reason for them not to. Perfect exclusive, just changing the color on the suit. And I think people would buy it because, The Dark Knight Returns is arguably one of the most popular Dark Knight, comic runs. I can definitely see that being made. And last on this list, we have Blade. Now, we got the announcement of Blade from Deadpool and Wolverine. Awesome that he was in it. I mean, I love the early Marvel films. Blade is one of the first, Marvel films to ever be made. Without that, there wouldn't be the MCU. Probably not the Blade a lot of people would want. And what I think is going to happen is when that Blade releases, or sometime thereabout, you're going to get the Blade 2.0. Now, I don't know if it's going to be from Blade 1 or Blade 2, but we just saw a listing of a custom company charging almost $1,000 for custom Blade figures. There is a demand, there is a market, and Wesley Snipes has already given his likeness to be made for, the recent figure. So there's no reason he wouldn't say, oh yeah, make the older figure. 100%, I could see that happening. It's just a matter of, like I said, when. All right, guys, that wraps up this video. That is 5 figures that I think are going to be made in 2026. Let me know what you think. Would you buy any of these? Do you think I'm off base? Do you think these are outlandish? I think most of them have a pretty good chance of being made. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, see you on the next one.
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.